Welcome everybody to What's NXT for February 6, 2019. I'm of course your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stephen Osborne, joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
And tonight we had an in-ring promo and four, count them, four full matches. Squashes, maybe one, maybe two, depending on what you consider to be a squash. So, time-wise, they really used it wisely. Came in just under an hour, 59 minutes for the show.
Yep.
What do you think about this show overall?
Oh, the overall show for me is actually pretty pleasant. It's like you said, we got plenty of great action out of it. We got a surprise match, one that I thought would be saved for another show, but sure enough, they went right into it. But overall, I was actually pleased with the show. The promos were fantastic. We got a couple of great matches announced for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, the promos were fantastic. The opening of the show with Johnny Gargano and folks, we'll get into that, was fantastic. No fantastic matches, though. Not one of them was great. Most of them were good.
It was average. We'll give it that.
But we got four of them.
Yes.
And an in-ring promo, significant spot. And that's what starts off on the show. We've got Johnny Gargano comes to the ring with his newly won North American Championship. This is the first episode we get that is actually Fallout to NXT TakeOver Phoenix. And Johnny Gargano did what he said he was going to do.
And he's completely over, too. He had the whole crowd with the Johnny Champion signs. And it was just a cool thing because I know Johnny Gargano is supposed to be a heel at this point. I think everybody knows he's supposed to be a heel at this point. But there's no not liking this guy.
Yeah, if you're going to boo him, you boo him because you like him and he's a heel, so you're going to respectfully boo the shit out of him.
Yes.
But, yeah, everybody loves him, and there's battles going on, and the weak part of the battle is the Johnny sucks, but you have Johnny Champion, Johnny sucks. And they kept shooting to the crowd, and maybe you'd see one person in the shot yelling with the Johnny sucks, but everybody else, Johnny Champion. Love this guy.
There's no way around it. He's one of the most charismatic individuals that they have in NXT right now. We get to see another one of those charismatic individuals in just a few minutes after that, though.
He should have won overall Superstar of the Year. I don't know how he didn't.
I'm at a loss myself.
I can understand why Ciampa won Male Superstar of the Year. That makes sense. He is the champ.
Yeah.
But because you saved your vote for Johnny Gargano for overall Superstar of the Year, because he's been the center of everything great in NXT for the last 2.5 years. So, anyway, Johnny comes out. After Johnny comes out, we do get an interruption, but not who we thought it was going to be. Yeah. We thought it was going to be Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
Well, you more so than I. But definitely Velveteen Dream to challenge for the North American Championship. No. Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
Ciampa. He comes out with Goldie. And basically, he immediately reads into Johnny that he's out here to steal a spotlight, whatever. And he assures him, no, I'm not here to steal your spotlight or anything like that. I'm here to celebrate with you.
He's pretty much telling Gargano he told him so. He got into his head, told him he could become a champion, and he became a champion. He's not trying to steal the spotlight in any way, shape, or form, but he is taking credit at this point for the victory.
So kind of like stealing your thunder without stealing your spotlight. But at the same time, he was the one speaking on the mic, and he's the one telling Johnny, look at me. Look at me, Johnny.
Yeah.
He says those words. Maybe not in that order. But he says those words, and I'm like, yeah, you're out here stealing the spotlight. Yeah. You're stealing the credit. But the way they've told this story, he really deserves the credit. Honestly. Because Johnny couldn't beat him, and couldn't beat him for the NXT Championship, because he is just that brutally ruthless. That he said, look, you can't win this from me, but you can definitely beat Ricochet and win the North American title, and he did.
Yep.
So the Puppet Master's just out here taking credit. But now, we get Velveteen Dream.
Yep. Velveteen Dream comes out there, announces, naturally he gets his shot against whichever NXT champion he wants a shot at. And, basically looks at Ciampa and tells him, the Dream is over you. And
Yeah.
this is the part where Stefan starts getting frustrated.
Oh, of course I get frustrated.
But we're going to get to that in just 1 second.
Go ahead.
Because Velveteen Dream goes in there and directly challenges Johnny Gargano for the North American Championship. Now, the big question here is, why isn't he going for the NXT Championship against Tommaso Ciampa?
You've already told me your theory. You go ahead and answer that question, and then I will get into my rant of the night.
My theory is he's already shown that he cannot beat Ciampa for the NXT belt. And Gargano, I think he's just looking past Gargano at this point. There's not even a competition at this point. They could easily take the belt off him. He's in for a pleasant surprise. But, yeah, that's my theory on it. The fact that he knows he's already lost to Ciampa. He's not going to risk doing that again. He'd rather move on to something else, even if it's a lesser title. You know, I'm starting to think the North American title is going to take on as much prestige as the WWE Intercontinental belt after a while because of people that are holding it. So,
okay,
deflate away.
As a mini side note, first of all, I did not watch Worlds Collide. Honestly, I'm not even sure that I knew that it was already available to watch, or I probably would have watched it already.
It was this past weekend.
But I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you don't go for the NXT Championship. I don't care if you already lost once to Tommaso Ciampa. Fuck, try again. You get the opportunity to vie for any title. I mean, okay, so you couldn't beat Tommaso Ciampa. Go for the NXT UK Championship. Try your hand against Pete Dunne. That'd be a match I'd love to see.
Did you say try your hand against Pete Dunne?
I think that was a good choice of words.
That was a great pun.
Completely accidental. But thanks for noticing. See, he always makes me funnier than I really am. At the very least, go for that title. But you don't go for the mid-card title if you have a chance at the NXT Championship. When have you ever seen somebody win the Royal Rumble and say, I don't want to go after the WWE title, I don't want to go after the Universal Championship. I want to go after the United States Championship or the Intercontinental. Nobody fucking does that.
All right, we're going to get off this subject. But
No, I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done?
Fucking Velveteen Dream could have gone for the... okay, I'm done. Fuck, there's nowhere else to go with this. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I would rather see the match between Gargano and Velveteen Dream than see another match between... But see, that's our perspective. That doesn't negate the point that it's the title he's going for. It should always be the top title.
Yeah.
You should always want to be the NXT champion.
Yeah.
This just gets on my nerves to a ridiculous level.
If you have a theory on why Velveteen Dream is doing this, put it in the comments below or hit us up on Twitter or something.
You're totally right. But see, Velveteen Dream's a face and he's supposed to be super confident. He's not supposed to think, oh, Ciampa's already beat me. I better not try and climb that tree twice.
My daddy always told me, if at first you don't succeed, give up.
Fucking nonsense, man. Fucking nonsense. I don't get it.
So we're getting that match in 2 weeks. Velveteen Dream versus Johnny Gargano.
Okay.
Which weirdly enough, Regal makes the announcement, but Regal's not there. We haven't seen Regal in weeks.
So basically, the end of this, Velveteen Dream asks Johnny Gargano who he's gonna see when he faces him. Is he gonna see Johnny Champion or is he gonna see Johnny Jackass?
Which the crowd starts chanting because that's what they do.
That's what they do. Give them a chance to chant Jackass, and it makes sense, and they're gonna chant it.
Or Johnny Anything.
Johnny Anything, really. Yeah. Johnny Anything. So we get a video backstage of Drew Gulak out in the parking lot arriving in his suit. And, apparently he's going to have a match tonight. Little did we know.
I was already thrilled about this because I've been following him since Combat Zone Wrestling, like up in Pennsylvania. And the guy's just technically sound. He's one of my favorite wrestlers for the sake that he is trying to get everybody out of that whole sports entertainment aspect and into just the sport of wrestling again.
Yeah, so a tiny little nod to the movie, I just had it, stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
Tiny little nod. Little did we know.
Yeah.
Because they said he was going to wrestle tonight, which is like, okay, cool. So we got a 205 live guy coming on to NXT to showcase a wrestler, maybe lose and put somebody over. But that is not next. Next we have Jackson Riker coming equipped with his lap dogs. That's what they look like, Blake and Cutler.
I was about to say he looks like Gozer with the two dogs.
No, because they're much more active. They're like lap dogs, just yipping around him.
Yeah. Pretty much a devil on both shoulders.
But he is just super serious and super jacked looking, just walking down to the ring with a purpose.
I think it's the best condition I've ever seen the dude in.
Now I thought maybe we were gonna see a follow up from the tag team match, and this was where we were gonna see a member of the Street Profits versus Jackson Riker. But no, we get Mansoor. I have no idea how to pronounce his name correctly. Mansoor. Mansoor. And God help him, he was,
couldn't see how this match was going to go at all.
Yeah, I went ahead and underlined Jackson Riker before the match even started, and sure enough,
I was about to say, even if you like this guy, even if we had seen him before, they wouldn't have like let Riker at this point lose after the whole situation with the Street Profits that last week.
So I've got like 3 notes here.
Yep. That's all you need.
At one point, Jackson Riker gets Mansoor up in the Tree of Woe, but instead of dropping him down so he's, toe over head, he holds him up and just starts laying in these forearms across his chest.
Lets him into the clubhouse.
Brutal forearms. And I don't know if I've ever really seen something like this before. So, innovative move of the night, maybe.
You see him tied up in the ropes before and get the clubs like that, but never on a Tree of Woe type thing. So that was actually really, really cool.
So we get Riker running into the corner, trying to, I don't know, maybe clothesline Mansoor, who blocks with, I think, just a leg up.
Yeah.
And he goes for a move off the second rope, but does not connect. Instead, Riker connects with a wicked spear into the air. Follows that up with this sit out, or no, wait. Yeah.
This is a sit out choke bomb.
Yeah, choke slam into a sit out bomb. And I don't think I've ever seen. At first, I thought it was a sky high, but he's like, "No, dude, he had him in a choke slam." I'm like, "What? What?" So much better of a move to finish the match than his previous finisher, which was that springboard power bomb with no pizzazz, just fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Just it's nothing move. Like it should be so much more special, but he just.
It looks like a setup move for another great move.
Yeah, he's just going through the motions with that. With this, not only did it look brutal, but he followed it up all throughout the pin to get a better pin. He looked serious as hell. And then after the match, we get not even a beatdown, just another choke bomb.
Yeah.
Serious as hell, like he was sitting there pinning him again. Even Riker, or not Riker, but
Blake and Cutler.
Blake and Cutler, yes. They had to pull him off and like back him up. And you had said, maybe the ref was going to reverse the decision. I'm like, no, not after one move. But certainly if he starts a beat down now, that's a possibility. We haven't seen that in a while. That would be neat.
I think that would have sent Riker over the edge even further, and like we would have seen like even more brutality come out.
So up next we get Kathy Kelly in the back, basically waiting on Ricochet to get done with a photo shoot to do an interview. You think they'd schedule that better, but instead we have Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era approach her from behind.
They look really weird without gold.
Yeah, this is true. So Cole basically is admonishing her about wanting to do an interview with Ricochet when she could be doing an interview with Adam Cole, who, like Ricochet, no longer has the the North American Championship. So like, it's just weird how his ego is.
My instant response to you a second during this whole interview was, what is the obsession with the North American title here?
Well, I mean, I get it if you can't go for the NXT championship. Obviously, any gold's better than no gold. Form a tag team, see if you can beat the War Raiders.
Yeah,
something. But
I don't think Cole's even made a run at Ciampa yet.
But Velveteen Dream had a choice.
Yes.
He had a choice of like 3 titles.
Oh, we're back to this.
2 of them are world championships. You've got the NXT UK championship, and you've got the NXT championship.
Yeah.
And he goes for choice number 3, which is the only mid-card title between both brands.
Yeah.
So, he could have gone for the Cruiserweight Championship. Is that a mid-card title, or is that the world title of that brand?
I think he may be over the weight limit, though.
Oh, probably is.
Because you gotta be, I think it's 205 and under. Simple as that.
Oh, quoting Noah. Noah Foster, everybody. He has content out there. You should look it up. NoDQ.com/Noah, N-O-A-H.
Yes. The Simple Man.
The Simple Man. So this is basically just setting up a match between Cole and Ricochet, because Ricochet comes up and he's like, basically says what I did, you used to be the champ till I beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Not me, Ricochet, of course. And yeah, this is just them getting at each other verbally so that we can set up the match. It's going to be a hell of a match, I'm assuming.
Next week.
So I don't know if this is going to be like a #1 contendership match for after Gargano faces Velveteen Dream.
It may be impressive enough that Regal will say whoever wins that match will actually get a shot at Ciampa.
Yeah, because I like your idea of it being a fatal 4-way of Cole, Ricochet, Aleister Black, and Ciampa for the NXT title. Because while Aleister Black is still in NXT, it gives him a reason to stay in the NXT title picture without it being another one-on-one between him and Ciampa.
Yep.
Because that's where he really should be. If he decides he wants to go for the North American Championship, I know it's a better looking title if you look at it in the classical sense.
I was about to say, it looks like something that a wrestler back in the 70s or 80s would have in their den.
So up next, we finally get Drew Gulak versus Eric Bugenhagen.
I love Eric Bugenhagen.
Bugenhagen.
Good. There's not enough stuff to say about this dude. His high-pitched screams
all you need is, he's my new favorite jobber.
Yes.
He's my new favorite jobber. This guy comes out with a very, who's the wrestler?
Oh, Joey Ryan.
Yeah, a very Joey Ryan feel about him. He comes out like a rock star, not a porn star.
Yeah.
Just screaming this high note and playing air guitar, air drums, air piano on the ropes, or air keyboard.
Yep. Throws out his pick to the crowd. They're screaming for encores. We're screaming encore. We're over on this guy with it, but the match isn't even started yet.
It wasn't much of a match. It was longer than your typical squash match, and there was a little bit of offense from this. Let's just call him Eric.
Yeah. The abdominal stretch air guitar.
Oh yes. But this was his downfall.
Yeah.
He gets Gulak into an ab stretch, and he starts playing air guitar on him. He gets a couple of strums in, and then Gulak gets his arm free and just wicked elbow to the nose.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, what's he put on him? The Gulak.
Yep. Grapevine Dragon Sleeper, pretty much. Yeah.
And he gets the tap. But then he gets on the mic after the win.
Mm-hmm. And Gulak does that.
He basically, it's a very tired shtick speech, but I'm this guy, I'm of this importance.
I come from 205 Live, and and you feed me this, like the second I come here. Yeah. He calls him like Ben Stiller from Dodgeball.
Yeah. So he basically drops an open challenge to somebody to come out there and actually put in an effort against him. And this guy called it like 2.5 seconds before we heard, bro. Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle comes out, as usual, can't talk worth shit. And basically, hell, I'm going to say is he carried him in the promo too, Drew did. He saved it at the end. So, and Riddle kicks off his flip-flops, comes out to the ring.
Yeah, he saved the promo at the end by telling him you should kick off your flip-flops and come down here and, make me shut up.
Yep.
Or make me get out. And he's like, you made the right choice, bro.
Kicks off his flip-flops. Bro, you chose wisely. I'm like, that's not what you say. You chose wrong.
Yeah, you should have chose the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess
you did not choose wisely, bro.
This was a decent match. And
one that we didn't think we were going to
probably the best match on the show.
Yeah.
And it was just decent.
Yeah.
But as you said, Drew Gulak carried Matt Riddle.
That's why he was sweating.
He had a hell of a sweat going on. Just fucking waterfalls coming down his forehead because he was carrying.
Like I think what you said, like the hip toss where Riddle didn't help with it at all. Like it was like all Gulak really.
Well, this match made me understand the hype behind Matt Riddle and his submission ability as far as real submissions go.
A lot of chain wrestling at the beginning of this one.
The problem is Drew Gulak is a submission specialist on a whole different level, like British kind of level, where just like you said, chain wrestling, going from submission to submission in odd manipulative ways, like, and he was even doing some Pete Dunne shit with the fingers and the wrist.
Even before that, we had the double arm bar going, and then with the knee to the back.
Oh God!
And then once Matt started squirming out of that. That's when he started working with the hands while he's still in that arm bar. It was very like
this double arm bar was just a bow and arrow, arms behind the back, but like straight, and he gets a lock around them.
Yeah.
And then because Matt Riddle's in a sort of a sitting position, he doubles him over and like almost puts his head to the mat.
Yeah.
So I guess Matt Riddle's pretty flexible, but. God damn, it looks like
that was a lot of conditioning involved in that, and it was just brutal to even just be watching. It's like your body's not supposed to bend like that.
Well, there was a couple of times that he had him in ground locks that he was doing shit with the wrist, and I'm like, if he was really doing that, Riddle would be tapping out right now. Period. And he always manages to get to the ropes. But we had Riddle with a deadlift powerbomb. And he rolls him forward into a knee strike.
Yeah.
Or rolls him backwards so that he's sitting up into one of those.
Yeah, rolls him backwards.
And goes for a fall, gets a near fall, but then
the elbow strikes.
The elbow strikes that set up the bro mission. And we had a very good looking bro mission and tap out.
What was really like something else that got me in that match was the more or less sick kick that he did to Riddle, like out of the corner.
Yeah, Gulak was set up in the corner, and Riddle comes off of one set of ropes and does a wicked forearm, by the way. Goes to the other set of ropes to come off and gets nailed with a drop kick that was more like a single leg drop kick. Not quite a claymore or anything like that, but looked pretty good.
That just. Matt Riddle's face about came off.
But they brought Gulak in so that he could win a match and build him up just quickly enough to feed him to Matt Riddle.
What I really liked about the end of the match, I even applauded it in my own little way like this. Gulak actually shaking Matt Riddle's hand and leaving the ring.
Yeah, for a heel, at least I thought he was a heel. Gulak stood up. And he did this weird arm shake. He grabs his arm and goes for the shake.
Yeah.
And then that's what Riddle does. That he grabs his arm and goes for the shake.
Yeah, you have to wonder if this means like Gulak's moving back around and possibly him and Riddle team up. You never know. Out of respect.
It'd be a wicked tag team. I don't know if they'd get far. But that would be... It'd be a weird dynamic between characters.
That's what I think I'd really like about it, though, is the fact that like you'd have like, him being like more or less a stoner that's not really taking stuff seriously unless he's in the ring.
I would rather have Gulak speak for Matt Riddle.
Oh, yeah. Gulak would have to do all the talking.
So after this, we get the two announcements for future matches. We got next week. We've got Ricochet versus Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 weeks, Gargano versus Dream for the North American Championship.
Which one are you actually looking forward to more at this point?
Oh, definitely Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm not putting anything past Cole and Ricochet. I know they're going to tear the house down. But at the same time, Gargano versus Velveteen Dream.
We've already seen Ricochet versus Adam Cole 2 or 3 times, plus the time when Pete Dunne was in it in the triple threat. Like, I'm definitely more looking forward to 2 weeks from now for the North American title.
Do you see Velveteen Dream actually walking off with the belt?
Fuck no. Not on NXT TV.
Not on NXT TV and not on Gargano's first defense.
I would say fucky finish, if anything. But
I was about to say, since it's on NXT television, that is a high possibility. Match gets thrown out.
So we are on to the main event.
Mm-hmm.
That is the 6-woman tag match. We've got the team of Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler, Jessamyn Duke, and Marina Shafir. And we're like, finally, Jessamyn Duke and Marina Shafir can get a win. And it can be all because of Baszler, but at least they got a victory. That was not the case.
That's the thing that's bothering me mostly about Baszler, Shafir, and Duke. They look like such a formidable faction and such a faction of badasses.
But Duke and Shafir are a couple of chumps, man.
They are.
They're fucking chumps.
I'm not liking this at all.
In a purely asexual way, chumps like dude. It's male or female. It doesn't matter. In this case, they are. Oh my god.
If you want to call you chumpettes, we can do that.
The chumpettes.
Baszler the chumpettes.
I don't know if they are just that green that they're not allowed to do shit in the ring, but they don't even let them do moves, really. Like, I don't even think I've seen a scoop slam out of either of them. And that is like the basic of moves.
So something that like bothered, I guess you can say both of us during this match. At one point, Io Shirai just interjects herself in the match with like helping Kairi.
This is the second time they've done shit like this.
And
testing the referee's 5 count.
That's a whole other heel tactic right there. Like, great, I can see the tag and the 5 count.
That's how they were doing it last match. They would have a tag and they would blatantly just abuse the referee's slow 5 count for the person that tags out to get out of the ring to do double team moves and shit. In this case,
there was no tag at all.
Io Shirai just gets in the ring and does double team moves.
She pops in like Street Fighter versus Capcom.
And the heels don't even do anything about it. They don't complain or nothing. They don't run in and be like, well, she can do it. Nothing. This is like,
and that's the thing. We see a lot of tags out of Shafir, Duke, and Baszler in the corner.
Is that what faces do in Japan? They do heel stuff?
On
purpose?
I'm guessing so.
Because this is heel stuff.
Yeah.
And Duke Shafir and Shayna Baszler played this entire match by the book.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you
short of the breaking
the pin breakups. But why wouldn't you do that?
That's tag team 101 right there.
Right. Even the faces will break up a pinfall attempt if there's somebody that can get in the ring and hit the guy fast enough.
Absolutely.
But if you dismiss those, then completely by the book. Not even any like tags into double team moves. At one point, Baszler had, I think it was Io Shirai down, probably Kairi Sane, and tags in, I think, Jessamyn Duke, and she just goes for a pin. And I'm like, if you were just going to go for a pin...
She tagged in Shafir.
Okay, well, if you were just going to go for the pin, then Shayna Baszler should have gone for the pin. What the fuck is this?
Alright, so let's talk about a couple spots in this match.
There were probably only a couple of spots.
Well, yeah. the big one was Bianca Belair picking up Kairi Sane, gorilla pressing her, more or less.
Yeah, so Belair does this double chicken wing face buster to Jessamyn, and then tags in Kairi, and then picks up Kairi in a gorilla press and drops her into a insane elbow. So, wow. And then, the spot where Io gets in the ring, and it's just like, what the fuck is this? Seriously, like, what the fuck? That's what I have written. Question mark, exclamation point.
Sure enough,
question mark.
WTF.
God damn, what the fuck? Anyway, so there was this spot where Shayna gets in, and God, I love Shayna Baszler. She was the only bright spot in this match.
Yeah.
She does this submission hold that was like a single leg Boston Crab, but done like a lion tamer. But at the same time had a heel hook in on the ankle, so it was almost an ankle lock. And at the same time had her foot on her face. And I don't remember whose face it was on, but
it was Kairi Sane's.
But yeah, and then ends the move by just stomping on her face.
Okay.
And I think she really did stomp on her face.
I have to say this about Baszler and my Samoa Joe stuff that she does. She's already emulating him so much, and then during this match, at one point, I think it was Bianca Belair flipped off the top rope, and Baszler just walked away. I'm like, that is totally a Joe move.
Yeah, it was a middle rope flip over, and Shayna just walked to her corner and just looked
she
at
just shook her head and just walked away.
So, towards the end of this match, we had Belair steals the hot tag. And, because I guess the Japanese best friends want to tag each other, like, because they're a tag team or whatever. But Belair steals the tag, comes in, hits the KOD for a near fall, because this gets broken up. Otherwise, it would have been the pinfall. And then I guess she's going to go for, now that everybody gets cleared out, I think Kairi Sane did some crazy move through the ropes to take out, or over the, something like that, to take out Duke and Shafir on the outside. So we've got Baszler left in the ring. Io tags herself in, blind tag, although there's nobody that's able to see from the other team anyway. So anyway, she goes to corner and does that springboard moonsault that really wasn't a springboard. She kind of sprung to the top rope and then held, and then did a moonsault. But Io Shirai pins the NXT Women's Champion. She pinned Shayna Baszler. So that's the story they're telling. They're telling how Io Shirai gets a championship opportunity against Shayna Baszler.
And Bianca is not happy about this anyway.
No, yeah. She feels like she should have had the win.
No, not even that. You just see complete distaste in her, especially during when they're raising each other's arms victory. She doesn't want to do it. And at one point, Kairi Sane starts playing with her ponytail, which I'm thinking now that this match, I think now that her and Baszler are over, Bianca's going to go back to being a heel. Or at least go full-fledged heel.
So we'll see her versus Kairi, or not.
We'll see her versus Kairi Sane, yes. Mark my words on that. We will see that, and we will see that soon.
So, yet another loss for Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
Which makes them
That's what I get out of this.
I was about to say 0-3.
3.
0-3?
0-3. Couple of chumps they are.
At least they didn't get pinned this match.
I mean, Shayna Baszler can take a loss. Because, fuck it, she's Shayna Baszler. She can go in and she could go on a losing streak and then go into a championship match and win. Like
they're already looking super weak. But now the fact that they can't even win a match with Shayna Baszler captaining them,
they're gonna bring her down if they don't call her up soon, or if they don't start booking them like they know what they're doing.
Well, you've heard my theory on it. Let them get seasoned a little while longer, but then have them come up as the, other 3 to 4 horsewomen of the MMA, but then have them turn on Rousey.
Well, I worry that they are just that green, that they don't know what they're doing, and in which case
somebody's going to get hurt.
Take them off the air, put them back in the school. Goddamn, take Shayna Baszler and put her on SmackDown somewhere on the main roster.
And then have them come up when they're ready.
Fucking move on until they're ready, yeah. And then bring them to NXT, and then you can do the 4 horsewomen thing. But they're not ready, don't do it now. And you're going to end up getting somebody injured.
They're going to rush it, and they're going to put it right at WrestleMania.
They're going to end up injuring Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. They're fucking cash cows right now. And Charlotte. Who knows? I'm just saying, if they're not seasoned enough to get any moves during this match, and to not get any wins in 3 outings, then what are we doing here? Because Baszler is ready. She's there. She is main event ready.
Yep.
Anyway, that brings us to the end of this main event.
Yep.
What a show. I say lacklusterly. So around these parts, we rate the main event of NXT using the General's 5-star rating system. And Jerry, how low do you... Now remember, we can go negative.
I'm not going to go negative because there were a couple of bright spots in this, but considering the fact that this is another loss for Shafir and Duke, considering Baszler got pinned and looked super weak in this match compared to how she looked against Bianca Belair at the takeover, I just wasn't impressed with this match. I get what they were trying to do with, like, you know, boosting up Io Shirai. I even called it at the beginning. If anybody's going to get the pinfall, you even said too, Io Shirai's going to get it on Baszler. And I was hoping I'd be wrong. I really was. But then sure enough, that's the result we got. And God, I'm going to give it 2. Like, it barely held my attention. There wasn't really a lot going on. Like I said, there's a couple bright spots, but not enough to really boost my feelings for the match. And there's no post-match beatdown. There was nothing else going on in that. Just Io Shirai celebrating at the end, and it was kind of that. And I'm still kind of on a buzz from Gulak and Riddle at that point.
You enjoyed that more than I did.
I actually enjoyed that match a lot more than I thought I was going to, because people know me. I'm not a Riddle fan, and but I had to get it up to Riddle on that one because, like, there was a lot of really cool wear downs and submissions and whatnot. I'm like, man, I wish I could have been rating this for a main event because I would have gone higher.
Maybe 3.
I would have gone maybe like 3.25, 3.5 for me. But
we're not rating that match. We are rating.
Yeah, we're rating this one, and overall the show was great. But at the same time, this main event almost killed it for me. What? I liked Eric.
The show was good. The only bright spot for me as far as entertainment value was Eric, whatever the fuck his last name, Bugenhagen.
Yes.
So, all right, this match in particular was trash. It was garbage. So, as a 6-person tag match, middle of the road at best. It didn't make any sense. You had the faces doing blatant heel shit.
Yeah.
You had the heels playing by the book. It didn't do anything for Jessamine Duke or Marina Shafir. If anything, it brought them down even further.
Mm-hmm.
It literally didn't do anything for Shayna Baszler, but I think she is the only person in this match above being brought down by this.
Yeah.
Even though she's the one that got pinned, because she's fucking Shayna Baszler. So moving along. Made Bianca Belair look cool, but kind of a chump because she got blind tagged and she lost the opportunity to get the pinfall. And watch, because she got the pinfall, Io Shirai is going to get a shot at Shayna Baszler in the title.
Yeah.
So on top of not making any sense and everything else, it told no story.
Yeah.
And it had stuff going into the match. Considering this was the 3rd match that had both Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir and I believe Io Shirai in it.
Yep.
So there is history there, but the match itself told no story. I'm giving this 1 star, and wow. I consider that to be generous.
I was about to say that I actually, weirdly enough, I thought you were going to go negative with the way you just completely trashed that match.
I really should go negative, but despite the fact that the faces didn't make sense, they did put on a good show. And I did like that submission by Baszler.
Yeah.
That just looked wicked as hell. But Baszler gets it, just her, by herself, gets it 1 star.
Yeah.
And that is officially the lowest rating.
Because there's only really 1 star in that match.
I can't even give it a 1/4 star coming off the back of a great show, because to me the show was good, but no better. No better than good. So this was an okay show.
Mm-hmm.
As I said in the beginning. Better than last week, but last week set a very low bar.
Yeah.
I think the only lower bar that was set was that show that was 2 hours and nothing but...
and then Matt Riddle and Cash Soto at the end.
Yeah, video packages and match replays and announcements for the
year-end awards.
Nominations for the year-end awards, yeah, and all that shit. And then we got one less than 10-minute match.
Mm-hmm.
That was the lowest bar.
That was a long night, folks.
This show in itself was like, how did NXT UK get one in-ring promo and 4 matches and have such a fabulous show? And then NXT uses the same format, 1 in-ring promo, 4 matches, even though Drew Gulak was part of 2 of those. So what? Still a fresh match.
Yep.
And fuck it up. I think they fucked it up. So 1 and 2 stars, ladies and gentlemen.
Lowest ratings.
I don't think we recommend watching this show. However, I do recommend the match between Gulak and, let me get his name right, Bugenhagen. Eric Bugenhagen. I recommend watching that.
I recommend that one and the one right after, because him and Gulak, him and Riddle actually had a damn good match.
Still skippable. But Bugenhagen by himself is worth the view.
Yes, it is.
So, that's going to wrap up this episode of What's NXT. Tomorrow we will go up with the NXT party, and we should have Cindy G should be up on the big screen reviewing NXT UK episode, I believe, 29 with us.
Mm-hmm.
We might have somebody else. We haven't confirmed that yet, but there might be 4 of us tomorrow. I promise no more than that. However, if you'd like to be up on the big screen and actually do a review with us, and if you watch NXT UK, that is the one where we have the NXT party, and you can join us. All you got to do is find me on Twitter. Just go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or if you just want to look me up on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. And you can also find this gentleman on Twitter
at NoDQGeneral, and also on my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR exclamation point. Are we starting to sing it now?
I'm going to find a different tune every week. But
okay, that works. But like Stephen and I are both administrators, plus we have a whole bunch of members in NoDQ Galaxy also in it, so go ahead and look us up, and we'll get you in there.
And just about everybody on the NoDQ NX team.
NX team. But also, if you want to be part of the Tea Party, be sure you have Skype. That's
a big thing. We got to put you on the screen, so you got to have Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you kind of got to be awake at the wee hours of a Thursday night / Friday morning.
Yes.
But we are up to working around schedules. If we got to stay up later, we're up for that.
Yeah.
There is only so early that we can do it, though, because we do work. And we work second shift, so we get off late.
Yep.
Anyway, so if you'd like to join us, get a hold of one of us over Twitter or Facebook, or if you don't have either, you can leave a comment down below. Let us know how we can get a hold of you. Email works fine. I got Chris Mace on using email, good old-fashioned email.
Or if you want to ask us any questions, we can answer them on the show. Just leave them down below.
Yep. So if you like this video, click the like button. That's underneath me. If you like all of our videos, you should click the subscribe button. That's underneath Jerry. And if you want to get these videos early and you want to subscribe to our channel, Aftermatch Wrestling, normally if you leave comments, I will comment back at you using Aftermatch Wrestling. You can follow that link, or just search Aftermatch, AFTERMATCH, all one word, and then wrestling. And I guess it pulls up. I get a new subscriber maybe once a week. That's pretty cool.
But if we get 100 subscribers...
If we get 100 subscribers...
You'll start seeing our ugly mugs live.
Yeah, we're going to start doing these videos live at 100 subscribers. It's just easier for video editing and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we want to give you guys an opportunity, if you are up at those wee hours of the morning and want to watch us, to ask questions in the video, and then we can answer them at the end of our videos.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the goal. If you'd like to help us get there, find us on Aftermatch Wrestling. In the meanwhile, for the General, Jerry Slaughter, I am, of course, the Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne, and we will see you guys in NXT time.